lot of people ask me why LSU. Kind of like, why not? Like, they're a great program. Kim, she's a great coach, and everyone around her, Simone, G, Kaylin, all of the assistant coaches, they just helped me so much. And when I was talking to them, I realized that, like, that's what I need. I need a group of people that believe in me and just want to see me do better, because I just wanted better for myself. I knew I can get better. I knew I can get better in certain areas on the court, and I just kind of told myself, like, now is the time to make that change and kind of want to do better for myself.
It's kind of like oil and water mixing, though, like South Carolina, LSU. How'd that go over? How have you kind of, like, dealt with all that?
Yeah, I just kind of told myself that I still wanted to compete for a national championship. I still want to be in the mix. I still want to be in the SEC. I still want to play for a great coach. So that's when I kind of landed here. I felt like LSU is a great program. They kind of play my style of play. I felt like I could probably be myself here, and that's what I did.
Guys, hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Geneva. This is Geneva in General. And guys, November 4th cannot come soon enough. Okay, today is what? October I believe it's the 17th. Yes, today is Friday, guys, October 17th. Tonight, I will be going live, more than likely, hopefully, for the Las Vegas Aces Parade. Okay, they Parade Festival. They are the reigning champions. They took the title, okay, home with them, and rightfully so, for this past 2025 WNBA season. But I just hate that gap in between the WNBA ends and then women's college basketball starts. It's like 2 to 3 weeks of me just like, come on, like I want some women's hoops, okay? This last night I was watching the Houston Rockets take on, I don't even remember, it was them versus somebody, then Boston Celtics. I think they lost to the Toronto Raptors. It was all right, but it just don't hit the same. It's like I just need women's basketball. Of course, I've been watching the NFL pretty much almost every day when there's games, and just, looking at highlights. I like other sports. I just can't get into baseball like that. I'm sorry. It's just not my thing. I like to play it, but I don't like really watching it. It's just too boring. But I'm like, you know what, November 4th, we almost there, baby. We almost there for women's college hoops to start again. Speaking of women's college hoops, guys, MiLaysia Fulwiley just yesterday, I believe, this was an interview she just did yesterday. It got some fans kind of like, somewhat, I don't want to say feeling some type of way, but like trying to say that could she perhaps have been shading Dawn Staley, okay, her old head coach of the South Carolina Gamecocks, okay, for the Lady Gamecocks, because at first, initially, again, I reported on this about a month or some change ago, probably was even many months ago, right, after she hit the transfer portal. Remember, UConn they really put that belt behind on the South Carolina Gamecocks, okay, in the championship game just this past April, okay, we all know UConn Huskies, they won the championship, but the way they did South Carolina Gamecocks, it was just, like, absolutely dirty, right, and after that, like, not even a week later, it was breaking news. MiLaysia Fulwiley hit the transfer portal, and I talked about it here on my channel. I'm like, it's crazy. She had a very emotional exit interview, and one of the main reasons why she said, like, she wanted to leave South Carolina Gamecocks and transfer to LSU, she said it's plain and simple, like, you know what? I've always been in South Carolina. I've been in Columbia, South Carolina, where that is where the university is held at. That's where it is. She's like, I've been here my whole life. I want to, become independent. I want to, get away from my surroundings. I want to be in a new place. And again, I love that for her. Okay, I'm the same way. I've been in Ohio all my life. Yes, I was in the, I'm still in the military for the past 7 years. I've been to state, but it's like, coming back home, it's like I'm already getting that itch, to adventure out. I want to move somewhere else. So again, I'm like, that makes total sense. She's like, what, 19, 20, a sophomore in college. She wants that independence. She wants to be in a brand new environment, and also an environment, let's be honest, perhaps where she can be more of a starting role player, okay? She wants to be in that starting 5 lineup, okay? And like Kim Mulkey was calling her, okay? It's like, she's like, that R. Kelly song, she said, baby girl, it seems like you're ready. Come over here. Come with a winning team, okay? Already got 3 championships underneath my belt being a head coach. Okay, so shout out to Kim Mulkey. She's like, you know what? If you want that, I got all that and more. So come through. But in an interview that she just did yesterday, guys, the other day, it appears as though MiLaysia Fulwiley, she decided to expand upon a little bit more why she actually wants to leave, why she decided to leave, rather, South Carolina Gamecocks and go to Kim Mulkey's LSU. Guys, please allow me to read to you a little bit of excerpts, okay, from this Essentially Sports article. It is titled, MiLaysia Fulwiley reveals why she left Dawn Staley, South Carolina for LSU. It begins. When MiLaysia Fulwiley entered collegiate basketball, she wasn't just another recruit. She was a walking highlight reel with a flair for no-look passes that brought instant energy to the team. She made games so poetic that even opponents paused. As Dawn Staley put it best, she sees things out there that no one else sees. So she's got to train people to play with her. So when news broke that she was leaving Dawn Staley's USC dynasty, it was pure shock. It continues. She spoke with reporters on October 16th, which was just yesterday. Fulwiley finally spilled the beans on, why she decided to transfer from South Carolina to LSU. She says, I mean, a lot of people ask me why LSU, and I'm like, why not? They're a great program. Kim, she's a great coach, and everyone around her, Simone, G, Caitlin, all the assistant coaches, they just helped me so much, she said. She also added, and when I was talking to them, I realized that's what I need. I need a group of people that believe in me and just want to see me do better because I just want it better for myself. I can get better. I know I can get better in certain areas on the court, and I just kind of told myself, now is the time to make that change and want to do better for myself. It reads, Staley, a defensive-minded coach with championship instincts, preached both discipline and structure. So Fulwiley's rotations were built on system play and trust and execution, not improvisation. Again, and I do agree with that to some extent, because that's why as a part of the Gamecocks' highest-scoring bench, she came off the bench for 73 games while starting just 3 throughout her career. So again, she was only a starter for just 3 games out of the 73 games that she played up off the bench, coming off the bench rather, okay, might I add, for South Carolina's Gamecocks. It says, but at LSU, that might not be the case. It says, while she hasn't played a game for the team yet, she's already an important player on the roster. She brings the same energy and athleticism that made her so popular on Dawn Staley's squad, and now she's also embracing point guard responsibilities. At LSU, she will be a starter alongside veterans Flau'jae Johnson and Michaela Williams. She's been everything we wanted and then some, LSU Associate Head Coach Bob Starkey told CBS Sports. She was a kid that we didn't know much about other than the fact that when we played South Carolina, she torched us. But she's just such a special person, not just a player. Special she really is. And of course, Flau'jae Johnson even spoke on, like, their chemistry already on the court and off the court, how they just gel so well. Flau'jae Johnson has praised MiLaysia Fulwiley for that killer instinct that's inside of her, okay, that she loves to display on the court, her sportsmanship and not just her penmanship, her showmanship, okay, when she has that basketball in her hand, okay, even when the basketball is not in her hands, okay, defensively, MiLaysia Fulwiley can bring it. But again, what we just saw her say in that interview just yesterday, she says, I needed, this team. I needed some people who I can surround myself with who believe in me. Okay, and then you got some fans on, social media, of course, saying like, oh, why she ain't have to shade Dawn Staley like that. I'm sure Dawn Staley believed in her, as well as the rest of her former teammates on the team being the South Carolina Gamecocks. And again, I believe that too. But I believe what she was trying to say is, okay, MiLaysia Fulwiley didn't mean to come across as like shading them or anybody for that matter. When she said like, I'm surrounded with a team that believes in me, what she's saying is like, they believe in me so much to the point where I'm actually going to be in a starting 5 position, okay? Which I believe she's going to be, okay? Definitely. Kim Mulkey is going to have MiLaysia Fulwiley be a starter, and I love that for her. I love that for her so much. But it's like, again, Dawn Staley is she's much more of a defensive-minded coach, and she was more about seniority, right? Again, MiLaysia Fulwiley was a freshman and a sophomore. Whereas, Dawn Staley believes in seniority. I got juniors and seniors. They, in her mind, okay, she believed that the juniors and seniors should have more of a starting position than, say, the sophomores and freshmen. Okay, that's just what it is. And Dawn Staley also believed in, systems, playing with certain structures and disciplines, structure in the game, structures in the play. She didn't really believe in improvising because, again, MiLaysia Fulwiley can be good at improvising, but I ain't gonna lie, other times, if she doesn't drop a play, if she doesn't have that structure, that system around her to assist her as a player, as a playmaker, she does seem to struggle. Okay, so again, we can't just, say Dawn Staley didn't believe in her and, let her improvise, let her figure it out on the court. That's not how you win championships. You don't just figure things out. Again, there are players who are just pure hoopers. I always say, like, you're not a basketball player, you're not a basketball star. You're just a pure hooper. They just know how to get it in the net, such as Juju Watkins, right? With or without a system, she gonna find that shot. She gonna create shots not only for herself, she gonna be a floor general and create shots for her teammates. Now, with MiLaysia Fulwiley, again, the girl ain't nothing but 20, 21? I believe she's entering her junior year. She has a lot of time, okay? She's not even in her prime years. The best is literally yet to come for her, and I'm so excited for her, right? But it's like right now, what she has shown, again, being a freshman and a sophomore under Dawn Staley, who likes defensive mindedness, she likes, systems and structure in the game. When MiLaysia Fulwiley would improvise and try to figure things out, offensively, sometimes she was stagnant, okay? It is what it is. So there you have it, guys. MiLaysia Fulwiley was like, you know what? Not only do I want to get away from my family and friends, okay, in a loving way, I want to be able to explore my independence and be in a new environment and, just get away from my hometown, just tired of being there. I'm also grateful to be surrounded by a team and, a coaching staff that actually believe in me to the point where they're actually going to be putting me in a starting 5 position. Okay, she wants more shine. She wants more glory. She wants more playing time. I cannot, be mad at her for that. So again, it is what it is. She was honest in both interviews, if you ask me. But I don't believe she shaded Dawn Staley. But guys, please comment down below your thoughts. Okay, in this upcoming women's college basketball season, I cannot wait, guys. November 4th, y'all. November 4th, we just got about, what, less than 3 weeks away for the official women's college basketball tip-off.